This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for September 22nd through the 28th of 2024. So our quote for the week says, "Create a world culture that supports public well-being and empowers individual fulfillment." Ashe. Deep breath. This is crazy, y'all, because basically I do the monthly forecast ahead of time. So it breaks the weeks down, and I pick all these quotes ahead of time. And here we are, knee deep in the Jambalaya School fundraiser. And that's what we want to do. Create a world culture that honors the individual as well as the community. And to do that, we are creating a physical space to learn in and make our connections and do our rituals in peace. And it's been a long time coming. But Yeye Louisa Tish has laid this foundation and made things possible that we're building on, and we invite you to join us. I know I've already exceeded my 5 friends to donate $20, but you can donate $20 to the school. If you have more, of course, give from your abundance. What we're doing this week, I'm going to post my picture of jambalaya in my hands. And I do have a very well-worn copy from the early 1990s. And we, of course, invite you to share your story, how you were excited or inspired by jambalaya or Yeye Tish, who's affected your life. And we're loving the person who called it Hoodoo Hogwarts. Hilarious and genius, as Sharina would say. There are other ways that you can support the school as well. We have a young lady named Ire Ajay, who makes spiritual jewelry that's charged and amazing. And she's going to donate 15% of her profits, which are going to be matched by a friend of the house, Miss Mika Scott. Just put Jambalaya School in the notes of your order. So we're finding creative ways to add to this fundraiser. But we also want to add to your awareness so that you keep us in your prayers and you hold that vision for a physical space, because I am going to go next to Cracking the Ancestral Code Level 1. I just sent out a direct message to the Level 2 crew. So hopefully you all will respond shortly. But Level 1 is the beginning of learning your ancestral reverence soul work. Here, Yeye calls it remembrance, reverence, and resilience through ancestral storytelling. And storytelling is the grandmother of the church, the school, and the theater. Our ancestors defined the sacred, explained our origins, and recounted the history of our lineages through vibrant story sharing. These stories help us to claim our inheritance, to incorporate the wisdom of our ancestors into our daily activity, and to carry that power into the future. So you can come take Level 1 and learn how to do all that. We go much deeper, so many things. Definitely go check out the details and registration page with everything on it. You're getting all kinds of bonus material. We'll move through Raven, Snake, and Owl in my Earth Medicine Soul Sisters Circle. The Lunar Tools, we've got classes and a capstone, and the fire ceremony, which leads me to Equinox. I'm getting this out as early as I possibly can on Friday because we're gathering on Sunday. And wouldn't you believe we've been having perfect weather, but it's going to rain all weekend. I did not do well this year, y'all. If we go back and review the tapes, I have had way more fire ceremonies indoors this year than ever. But the beauty of that is, as we speak, a fire pit is being delivered to my aunt's house in New Orleans. So the final one of the year is going to physically be in New Orleans. That's got to be powerful, and we got to have good weather. So I'm looking forward to that. But this Sunday, join us if you can. I've got some links below. Fall equinox is harvest time, and we say rhythm is a beautiful thing. Taking some time at the turn of each season notifies the universe that you are ready, willing, and able to co-create with Mother Earth and Father Sky. Fall equinox is the time of year to bring all your projects to a close, finish whatever you can, and start looking toward new projects. Balance and integrate what is working and release the rest. If you willingly and lovingly release that which is not working, the next season will go a lot smoother when you go to truly close the year in preparation for a new solar year. Harvest is about assessing and gathering all that you have created for the year and ultimately reaping the rewards of all your hard work and labor. Some of your harvest will be tangible, creative projects that can and will bear fruit now that they are complete, stable, or in place. And some of your harvest will be intangible, in that you have further cultivated your own being over the last year, and now you and others can benefit from your personal integration, individual gifts, and evolved consciousness. Sashay, bring it on. How have we grown this year, y'all? What are we harvesting internally and externally? Align with your higher self and expand your goals for the coming season. Think bigger. Fall equinox is a time of balance between light and shadow, and it takes us from movement out in the world to more inner, a kind of work with what you've got energy, using your resources and creations to build on and expand, primarily behind the scenes in preparation for spring initiation 6 months from now. Deep breath. Libra is the sign of the season, and it's ruled by Venus, which reminds us that all life is inextricably connected, and any imbalances affect all life eventually. As living conscious beings, we strive for balance in all that we think, feel, say, and do. You can access your inner Libra and recenter so that you are more effective in your beingness and more useful to life in general. Ashe, deep breath. So what I was thinking as we go on with the forecast, Venus is slipping into Scorpio, which is the conception point. So if she's ruling the season, we are conceiving a whole new vision, which is deep because we also have the Venus circle, which is going to gather around Scorpio in the throat chakra. So being able to express this new vision, or to be able to express what you've created this year and what you're coming to stand on, to build on, and to expand going forward. This is juicy. We have a very powerful week. With the fall equinox, we say gather and harvest, which means assess what you've produced and accomplished in the last 6 to 9 months. Evaluate and rectify. Assess what worked and what did not work in the last 6 to 9 months. We want to balance and integrate. So we assess what you need to do, have, or be more or less of going forward. Deep breath. And then we pause for the cause, because transition times are times to be still. Tune in and prepare for the new season. In this case, we're preparing for the fall harvest. So join us live on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. This will be a Zoom from my living room or my backyard, depending on what the weather will allow. It is a free community event. This is the seasonal Soul Sister Circle. We gather monthly and seasonally. And there's a suggested donation of $22, but we're very grateful for those of you who show up and share your energy and time and stories. And if you hang till the end, we pull a card for everybody. And that's always juicy and fun. And the messages are for all of us, even if it was pulled for a certain person. And so far, I've gotten lots of really good testimonies back about how on point they can be. So join us on Sunday. I'm praying this gets out early enough to catch you. And if you can't be with us live, then just register, because it's a Zoom, so it's going to get loaded into that classroom. And that's where you can access the replay and all the bonus goodies and tools and things that are in there. So it's good to register either way, because there's other stuff that goes with our night, including divinations that will be posted and a fall equinox reading, which you can also get. So I put a link in here for you to order your own, and I put a link in here to the community reading, which is what I'll share that night. It's not ready yet, but by the time y'all see this, it should be, and it'll be uploaded. Now, we have a big day energetically on Sunday the 22nd surrounding our whole equinox ceremony. Sun and Venus are mixing it up with Pluto before they both pretty much move on. So Sun is trining Pluto, Virgo to Capricorn, because Pluto is back leaning on that 29th degree. This is it, y'all. This is it for real, for real. For the next 250 years, we are cleansing the Capricorn department once and for all. And that means the corporations, institutions, government, education, all getting rebirthed. So you might as well claim your vision. Which reminds me, we're sharing a lot of this stuff on Instagram, so I have gone back. The Sacred Sandbox is my handle. I am trying to get it changed to Karmic Tools, but I'm not good at Instagram, y'all. So I am enlisting some assistance, and we will all figure it out together. So if you want to catch a few goodies there where me and Yeye are linked up and tagging folks and all that good stuff, check us out there. But that's where all this talk about the school is going. And this is part of what we're taking back is our educational process, where people can learn the ancient mysteries and learn sacred practices and learn the proper protocols for ancestral reverence and grief protocols, which I'm responsible for. And we can do this another way. We've seen the toxic side of those institutions. Now we're having to build our own in a clean way from the ground up. And that's just what it is. But these energies so support this vision right now. And there's the other thing, y'all. We want it in place a year from now. So if we're lucky, next ancestor season in 2025, not only will we be online classes, which we will always keep, but we'll have a physical class to go to so you all can choose to come to the school for your classes. It's going to be so delicious. So, like I said, whether it's prayers or profits, we are accepting all energetic support around this vision because it will ultimately benefit you based on what we're able to build. So this Sun trine Pluto is the ease and grace of the transformation possible at this time for one and all. So this is everybody. It's happening in the Virgo Capricorn departments at that very last degree. So it's earthy, it's in our bodies. So it's our responsibilities and it's our systems for living in a certain kind of way. This energy ignites a strong desire within you to accomplish your goals by any means necessary. And while you may come across as assertive, it ultimately serves a positive purpose. The changes at hand are necessary, and facing them head on will provide invaluable insights that strengthen your foundation, facilitating organic evolution to the next level of your own life. This transformative energy encourages deep contemplation about your individual needs and desires, prompting you to reassess and potentially reform or release certain aspects of yourself, your life, or your environment. Deep breath. Seizing the opportunity to evolve consciously will mitigate any intense Pluto energy. In other words, go willingly or get dragged by Pluto. Nobody likes that. This energy helps you leave a lasting impression or positively impact others if you want to, but be sure that your actions and words are aligned with the highest ethical standards. Any attempts to manipulate others for personal gain will likely backfire on you. Embrace this positive, uplifting energy to clear away obstacles and manifest the life you were meant to live. I say. So, Sun is lighting it up, and it's lighting up. Pluto is the soul part of us. It's also our shadow. And I remind you here that shadow not only houses all our fears and phobias and challenges and denials and things, it houses our gifts and our treasures. And when you're willing to go in there and clean it out a little bit, all the time for me, I mean, I could testify. But I'll just speak for myself. You always get a nugget of gold. And it's so worth the cleanup, the challenge to face certain truths, to own certain things, to be pure and integrity in that way, which is also this alignment. It should be easy for you to maintain integrity if you're already living that way. But if you're trying to be slick and you think the sun is lighting up an opportunity for you to be slick, watch your back, because Pluto's response will not be easy on your system. So we want to be clean and pure. And we want to use this integration, like I said earlier, like either change or be changed, right? So you can either choose how you want to change your life, or the universe, people around you, social collective, whatever, is coming to shift you anyway, because this is the big shifts. Again, with that 29th degree, we are at that final push and purge of certain behaviors and certain ways of moving through this world that aren't going to function anymore. It's like certain systems are shutting down, or the operating system is not going to work anymore. How many of you got Macs you can't use no more, or PCs you can't use anymore because Windows won't work, or the operating system won't work because it won't even take an upgrade? They're forcing you to buy a whole new machine when we could just upgrade. So let's talk about that with Pluto, since it's so prominent this week anyway. The distinction was made to me again and again recently. It's been like really repetitive. I can't even lie. The snake shedding a skin transformation versus the butterfly that transforms from a caterpillar, from a completely different being into a new being, versus a higher level of your own being. So meditate on that. What kind of transformation are you in right now? Is it an utterly new birth? of a new being altogether? Or are you just upgrading the being that you are and shedding that skin of the old self and remaining who you are? That comes up a lot with the North Node movement. We talked about that on the Nodes and Eclipses call, which the replay is posted so you all can get to that. But on the path and purpose, some people are already locked in on their path and purpose and they just need a little upgrade, while others need a whole new path and purpose. So it's happening on so many levels. And while the sun is in ease and grace with Pluto, Venus is challenging because it's at the 29th degree of Libra. So this is air to earth. This is the mind to the body. In this cosmic dance of celestial energies, this planetary activation heralds a profound and potent moment, demanding our attention and urging us to embark on a transformative journey. Its influence reverberates intensely, compelling us to venture beyond the familiar realms into uncharted territories, particularly in the spheres of relationships and finances. Think Venus, y'all, values and priorities. Prepare for an immersion into the depths of emotional resonance, as this activation sparks encounters and exchanges with others that unearth insecurities and stir hidden fears from within oneself or within the dynamics shared between you. Stability finds itself absent from the equation, which means change is inevitable with Pluto. This is signaling an imminent and inevitable wave of change. Okay, think relationships and finances. The rumblings of this shift may have already grazed your awareness, yet now it stands fully present, offering an invitation to act with foresight or face the repercussions of delaying the inevitable. As I often profess, the adage of pay now or pay double later echoes all through this transit. Despite the natural inclination to clutch onto familiarity, resist that temptation. Pluto, as is its nature, intensifies all that it touches. Embracing the necessary purification and embracing change stands as the wise choice, alleviating the potential for greater discomfort that comes when you resist Pluto's purification and transformative powers. Deep breath. Activate your inner compass, which is your heart. Discern your renewed values and align with your truest priorities of here and now. In choosing change consciously, you lay the groundwork for a new and different future, free from the shackles of the old, or an opportunity for something new that resonates more harmoniously with your natural essence and current aspirations. So again, as you're changing on an individual level with the sun, with ease and grace, it's automatically going to change your relationships and finances. It just is. So as you're waking up to this new level of consciousness, this new level of identity and purpose, whatever it is, know that the values have to shift with it. That's all I'm saying. And it's not easy, and it is the final degree. And this one has got us all involved with other people, and now we're talking Libra and Capricorn. Libra is our relationships, partnerships, and collaborations, but Capricorn is the council of grandmothers, the council of elders. It's our family karma. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. And things really have to change personally in how we deal with family, as well as how we interact with others out in the world. So just know that you get to choose that. And if you choose it, you are going to be much better supported for those changes than if you resist and postpone, because it is kind of inevitable. Shit's changing. That's just what it is. And so we want to really go consciously and choose the highest road possible. As that same day, she slips into Scorpio until October 17th. So Venus in Libra is in her power. That's what sign she rules. But in Scorpio, it's a whole different kind of power. Typically, as you move through the relationship work in Libra, many new layers of life and how connected to it all you really are revealed when she enters Scorpio. As new or sometimes old issues are exposed and brought into the light, you begin to realize that the love and abundance you've managed to attract or create is a direct reflection of your own personal values and self-worth. Deep breath. As Venus moves into Scorpio, it activates soul-level work and illuminates how invisible energy is affecting your life and relationships. Ideas or beliefs that have become unconscious, hidden, or buried come into your conscious awareness at this time, rooting out any self-deceptions and or bad habits which no longer support who you've become over the last 2 to 8 years. Okay, deep breath. Because remember, her reset was in Leo, affecting Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus, Scorpio, which are 4 different levels and aspects of our self-love and self-worth and self-value. Okay, being your authentic self, offering your unique contribution, being aware of your individual literal needs, food, sex, and money, and your power to conceive a new vision anytime you want to. You're a master creator. You can do that. So right now, with her in Scorpio, it's time to identify and release any self-sabotage, illusions, delusions, or inner darkness that is delaying your good or misguiding your power. It's time to distill your motivations back to their original essence and intentions. Define your own terms. What is love, abundance, beauty, life? What do you want and why do you want it? Okay, that motivation is key, y'all. How will you create it or magnetize it would be even better. Scorpio is the energy and lesson of karma and creation, holding us all accountable for that which we bring into being, and reminding us that willing and honorable sacrifice clears a space for magic to occur and invites the ancestors and invisible realms to contribute and assist. Ashe, yes indeed. Venus in Scorpio reminds you that you are not the source of power, but merely a channel or a vehicle of its expression in form. As a human with free will and choice, it helps to also be responsible and aware anytime Scorpio's kicking. So that means in any planet. And here we are again with the Pluto ruled sign. Okay, so Pluto's in here all week, digging, doing its work, and we bless it. Releasing deeper issues, clearing a space to plant new seeds of potential, doing the 3D visible work, then stepping back and allowing the invisible power of source energy to breathe life into your intentions is the best use of this time and energy. It's about 3 to 4 weeks. It can be intense and often challenging, but if you're able to push through the discomfort and face any dark truths being revealed at this time, you will be cleansed, lighter, and better able to direct your power and shapeshift as needed for living on a planet that is based on the life-death life cycle, which is a natural rhythm. So we're just in a place where it's been 9 months to a year since Venus has even been there to clean house. So this is an important 3 weeks to reset things in that department around what you care about and what you love. So now we shift to a bunch of Mercury. Mixing it up, but it got in there with Pluto too before it slipped into another sign. So first we have it trining Uranus, and it will be trining Pluto because Uranus is in Taurus and Pluto's in Capricorn, and at this moment Mercury will be at 29 degrees Virgo. So there we go again. So that trine is ease and grace, but in the middle is an opposition to Neptune. So all the big boys, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and Mercury are mixing it up too. So our consciousness is shifting, our thinking is shifting as well. It's evolving. Our ideas and how we want to present them is all evolving. It's so deep. It's so deep. But we're finally off of Sunday. We've jumped to Tuesday, the 24th. Mercury will trine Uranus. This activation grants you access to your higher mind, ushering in new and profound insights to guide you. The usual approaches won't suffice. It is time to embrace the unconventional, adopt different perspectives, and witness a cascade of illuminating realizations. Okay, the aha moments that Uranus cracks us open to. Your intuition will be exceptionally sharp, providing unparalleled clarity. While your thoughts might lack restraint, your ability to tackle recent or persistent challenges will soar. This intense mental energy may seem overwhelming. Capturing your ideas and intuitions in notes can ground them for later use. Remain attentive to messages from others, as the universe often delivers wisdom through unexpected channels. This signals a stirring of awareness to insights that were previously beyond your conscious grasp, now emerging for your own personal growth. Ashe, yes. So it's going to be easy to change your mind. Uranus is the change agent. You know, Mercury is your lower mind, your individual mind, right? So first we change, then we integrate a new vision, and then we transcend to the new level. So that's kind of deep, the order that is going down in. Because that was Tuesday. Wednesday the 25th, it's going to oppose Neptune and trine Pluto, which is just huge to do them both in the same day. First, Mercury to Neptune in opposition, which requires a little integration and balance. So in this case, we're integrating our ideas and thoughts with those dreams and visions and possibly a connection to our spirit team, infusing it with imagination and doing it Neptune style, which is very creative and artistic. So once we change, then we want to get creative. This energy requires us to balance our thinking with our imagination. Some sensitive souls will feel bombarded by energies from all sides, and it may feel like information overload, which means we also need to tend to our boundaries anytime Neptune's involved. So those mental boundaries, your filters and your time on the phone, computer, TV, all that, right? So let's be careful. It can be very stressful. The best use of this transit is meditation, not making important decisions or commitments for a week or so. Communication with others can be challenged, another reason to only communicate with your higher self, or at least check in more often this week with your higher self, right? Don't believe everything you read or hear. Allow information to flow at a comfortable pace and wait for the energy to shift before making any decisions based on the information gathered. Some will access the necessary clarity for furthering their visions, while others' visions will be blurred and just out of reach. So I suppose it depends on your Virgo Pisces zone. 28 degrees exactly is triggering my home and work houses. So that's deep, as I am imagining something new for both. Same day, it's going to trine Pluto at 29 degrees. Mercury moves fast like the sun. It's almost a degree a day. So it's going to slip into 29 and hit Pluto. This activation facilitates deep introspection and fruitful self-exploration. It encourages you to ask profound questions, clarify your true feelings, and trust your intuition, especially when it signals that something must end in order for a new aspect of your consciousness to thrive. You may feel drawn to explore your inner soul self so that you can sort through any recent deep revelations or insights, also highly recommended. Pluto's going to stir it up, and then Mercury is going to ask you to make sense of it by the end of the week so that you can gain a better understanding of your own natural processes. This is also time to process. Virgo is processing. We're finishing up this zone before we got to go into Libra, choices and decisions around relationships and partnerships. How much healing and integration work have you been able to do during this Virgo season? The pre-harvest. Now we're going into harvest, which is going to show the response of these folks to you, as well as your individual relationships and their reflections back to you. Intentional solitude is ideal for this type of personal journey. So take a day or a weekend, gather your most inspiring books and music, and retreat to a serene, peaceful, and beautiful environment, whether it's an exotic location far away or simply the comfort of your own bedroom. Delve deep into your inner truth, and you will emerge transformed by your discoveries. If you need to communicate with others, keep the conversations meaningful and soulful, or ideally, because of the ease and grace of this activation, you could consult with a trusted advisor or wise elder. Avoid superficial interactions today. So that's Wednesday the 25th. And I would say day before, day of, and day after. Let's just be mindful for that's 3 days, 24th, 25th, 26th. Be cautious not to obsess over a single idea or impose your thoughts or ideas on others. If you feel compelled to focus intensely on one thing, that's fine, but maintain some perspective and remain focused and on task. Write down any insights or ideas to review later when you can be more objective and prioritize them more effectively. Ashe, deep breath. So then the very next day, it slips into Libra until October 13th. Now that we're done with Mercury retrograde and the mental recalibration that just happened in Leo Virgo, the shift into Libra will allow you to initiate a new level of mental balance and equilibrium to your nervous system. The recent rewiring has shifted how you think of your personal presentation and personal systems for living, which are naturally going to shift how you relate with others going forward. It's time to activate and explore new ideas, thoughts, and concepts about socializing and/or interacting with others, and how you might beautify yourself and surroundings or upgrade your creative projects. Consider collaborations in mixed mediums or experimenting with new ways of expressing yourself, especially if you did work hard on the Leo Virgo upgrade. If that rewiring was very personal, and I know a lot of you have strong Leo Virgo, it's a new day, honey. It's a new day. And you're a different person, so you're going to start expressing in a different way as well. Some people are going to love it and shine and reflect joy back to you, and some people are going to want you to stay the old person that they loved in the old days, but the old days are gone. So we have to be okay with these changes. And what I always say is everyone's a season and a reason. And when you upgrade your frequency, it can cause static to other people's frequencies and people fall off. But what I've noticed in my own life is that the real friends or the real cohorts and collaborators circle back after they've raised their frequency. And so you don't really lose anyone. You really don't. And at this time, if your thinking and your expression is changing and it's rubbing certain people the wrong way, there's probably a reason for that. So delve a little deeper, use this week to ask those deep questions. And that same day, on Thursday the 26th, we have our Venus Circle. It is a subscription for $25 a month. You get your activations and the tools and replay. This month is Scorpio at the throat chakra, like I mentioned earlier. And we gather on a conference call, not a Zoom, at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, Thursday, September 26th. So that'll be the next Venus Circle. We're on the reclamation side. And for those of you with strong Aries Pisces, the new cycle starts in the spring. So in the new year, I'll be promoting a new custom guide and a reading to go with the new Venus cycle that'll be kicking in March. So January, February, we want to get together and have you ready by March to start the new cycle with your book. Anyone that's looking forward to that, I suggest you just drop into the Venus Circle between now and then and get a feel for it. Meantime, on the blog, I've updated the Libra articles for the month. Spider medicine is still our September medicine. October is Raven. The Mars replay and the eclipse replay are still in here and they're still relevant. And of course, the housekeeping at the bottom. Power Circle subscription is a way to support the site and get your astro reports and a bunch of bonus goodies. The Astro Tarot readings, like my signature reading, that and the Venus reading. But the Astro Tarot is more of a 2-for-1. You get the astrology side with your cycles and the Tarot to go a little deeper on whatever current issue you're dealing with. The Karmic Tools affiliate program is a way to get a little kickback for sharing my links. And I do appreciate those of you who do that. And at the very bottom is the Soul Sisters Circle invitation. It's a 19-minute video. It's mostly there for newbies coming in, wanting to understand where I've come from and how I roll. That's the best video for that. So, packed, transformative week. Okay, very deep, very personal. Venus, Sun, Mercury, that's all you. So let's navigate as consciously as possible. Get some downtime when and where you can. Intentional solitude in nature will be the most helpful. Join us at some of these live events when and where you can. Reach out when you need to, and have a fantastic week. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off.